Hello friends, Adam here with FED. So today I'm going to give you my elevator pitch, why you should play, it's not even going to be an elevator pitch because it's going to be longer than that, but why you should play Chrono Trigger. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and it deserves to be played by, I shouldn't say it deserves to be played, you as a JRPG fan deserve to play and experience this game. It is beautiful. So to start, I'm going to talk about who created this game. The team that worked on this, they're all legends at this point. And at the time that they made this, they were like in their prime of making games that they loved. So Hironobu Sakaguchi, the guy who made Final Fantasy. Yuji Horii, the guy who created Dragon Quest. Yasunori Kitase, who is behind Final Fantasy 6, 7, and then this game as a director. Amazing work. And the art style, Akira Toriyama. Beautiful, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball-ish art style that Chrono Trigger has is amazing. I don't think he did all the art for every single enemy and character and everything, but I know that he did the main characters, and I think they might have just kind of based everything else off of that. And it's all beautiful, all looks really good. The game is just amazing. And then on top of that, the composers did some of the best work I've ever heard on any video game ever. And this is from a game that is 25 years old at this point. It's like just over 25 years old. There were two composers, Yasunori Mitsuda, who really started out as the music leader, but he became ill because he basically worked himself into sickness. Worked himself to death almost, and he just made some beautiful work. And when he couldn't work anymore, Nobuo Uematsu, the man behind Final Fantasy's legendary soundtracks, finished the work and just made some beautiful pieces that we should all know and love from Chrono Trigger. And if you don't know and love them, you need to go play the game because it is so good. So, legendary team, whatever, who cares? It was made by some Asian dudes who knew what they were doing, and that's great. But why does that, how does that translate into a great game? Chrono Trigger has it's probably my favorite video game story. It is engaging. There's time travel that doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is important. When time travel takes itself really seriously in media, it tends to fall apart. That's why, the time travel in Endgame is fine, because they're basically just it works, just get over it. Or in Back to the Future, they play pretty fast and loose with it. They don't really care too much. It's obviously not something they're taking super seriously. And Chrono Trigger does that in the same way, where the time travel just kind of works because we never really question it. We're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Because the game doesn't ever question it. The game doesn't ever try to explain it to you. It just happens. It's just a cool thing in the game. On top of a great story, it is punctuated by amazing characters. The main character, Chrono, even though he's a silent protagonist, has some really cool character moments, and also just has a really fun personality that comes through in his actions. It's really fun, and you get to also kind of influence that personality a little bit, particularly in the very beginning in the Millennial Fair, which I won't ruin it for anyone who hasn't done it, but it's pretty funny. Such good story, great characters. Highlight characters for me are Frog and Robo. I love Robo's story. It's really cute at the end too. And also there's the whole point where Robo literally I don't want to ruin it. This is such a cool side quest involving him in a forest. It's sick, dude. It's sick. So story and characters are great, whatever. What if you don't like the story and characters? Well, guess what? The gameplay, probably one of my favorite RPG gameplay systems ever. It is stupid simple, but so fun and so satisfying to execute well. So Chrono Trigger uses the active time battle system that started in Final Fantasy IV and then continued with all the Final Fantasies up until 10, 11, whatever, up until forever. And you can also choose to do wait, like the more like traditional waiting time, not active instead of active time battle, which is fine. But I think it takes kind of the fun and tension out of the battle. But for how simple it is, there's only 3 commands on the main, like the first menu. You select attack, tech or combo, or item. I might be missing one, but that's what I remember for some reason. I don't remember there being any more. And attack is just a basic attack. Everyone can do that. It's like staple in JRPGs, right? But then also techs. Techs are dope. They are skills that you learn just throughout the game by using a character. They gain levels, but after killing enemies, they also gain tech points. And those tech points go to a skill list for a character that just kind of develops over time. And every character has what's called a dual tech with every character, except for Magus, because he's a jerk. But everyone else has techs with everybody. So they have to wait for both of their active activity bars to be full and ready to go, and then they can activate their combo tech. They activate their combo tech, and it's either a super strong attack. There's some that are like super heals that heal your party and like cure status ailments and stuff like that. Oh, it's so cool. And then on top of that, there's a triple tech. There's triple techs for I think every combination except for like including Magus. Magus is kind of a jerk. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure there's a combo for everybody except for Magus. So no matter what party you choose, you're gonna have this really dynamic group that works together in an interesting way that you don't see in a lot of JRPGs. A lot of times these characters act very independently of each other in your party, but here there's like there's a real sense of like teamwork almost. It's weird. It's kind of dumb, but there's a real sense of teamwork for the characters in Chrono Trigger, and it's so well done and so fun to play. Okay, so you're like, okay, the story's good, the gameplay is really fun, but I'm not quite sold yet. You're crazy, but the soundtrack produced by Yasunori Mitsuda and Nobuo Uematsu is so powerful. So powerful. It isn't your traditional, like, symphonic score. They really leaned into some really interesting music styles to bring the world to life. It is so beautifully done, and the game is near perfect. And honestly, is like such a good experience to me because of the music. Without the music, the game wouldn't be quite what it is. But those are just my like hardcore thoughts on Chrono Trigger. I love this game. Everyone should play it at least once. Every JRPG fan, I should say, should play it at least once. The best way to play it is definitely on the Nintendo DS, so I'd find a copy of that, just throw it in your 3DS or your DS and have a grand old time. You can also play it, it's on Steam as well. I heard that they patched it up to make it a little better, but at first it was a pretty crappy version of the game. And I would still suggest just playing the DS version. The DS version is accessible, and it's the easiest to get like the full great experience. It has a new translation that's really well done. It's a little wordy, but it's well done. And there's some extra there's like some extra stuff to go on, an extra boss battle, extra ending. The Nintendo DS version is definitely like the way to play the game. But if you can play this game in any way, just do it. It's fun. It's a great game. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble on about one of my favorite games of all time that everyone should play. It's great. It's super great. And make sure to like the video for visibility purposes. It helps the channel grow, helps other people find the channel and this video. And also subscribe if you're new, because we do cool content like this all the time. It's awesome. We may mainly focus on Fire Emblem, but every now and again we break out something that isn't Fire Emblem. Anyways, thanks for watching, friends. Catch you next time.